Okay, so we're going to do a water change today, and the first part of the water change is to get the water out. We've gotten a little creative making our own siphon tube, and it's literally going to be a siphon clear down to the backyard because it's a slope, and that draw will continue or carry on our siphon for us. So let's go ahead and get the hose hooked up. Need to be careful here in the future, reach down in here, and who knows what rattlesnake will be there, because this is rattlesnake country, and it's right on the edge of the LA metropolis, meaning lots of wildlife's going to show up.
We'll be using the garden hose as the means of routing the water from the siphon vacuum inside the tank to the drain on the lawn outside.
So because of its big tallness, we had to make our own siphon tube because it's just something that's not available off the shelf. This is just PVC pipe with a coupling. The reason it's in two sections is it has to go in a piece at a time, and then they couple together. And then what I've done here is garden hose threads on the end so that I can hook it straight up to the garden hose, which you saw me just put up at the top of the tank. And then we're going to run the siphon on a downward slope out into the floor drain in the lawn. So let's go ahead and start. Okay, so what we need to do is hook up the end of the hose to the garden hose. And this isn't as easy as it looks, really. Oh, come on.
So what we've done is hooked up the garden hose to the siphon vacuum apparatus inside the tank.
And that's where we're going. Right there.
And our plan is to use the downhill slope to our advantage in the form of a siphon.
And there's a drain right here in the lawn. So now we need to get the siphon started.
And to get the siphon started, I have to suck on the end of the hose to draw the air out of the line so that the water will begin to flow through it.
It's coming. Here she comes. Okay.
So the basic idea is we're going to create a siphon using the garden hose, and since it's a downward slope, the water will flow freely from the higher aquarium all the way down to the drain in the lawn. Since the siphon vacuum apparatus diameter is larger than the diameter of the hose that we're drawing the siphon from, the flow of water through the vacuum will be slightly slower. What that means is that the amount of gravel being drawn up the vacuum tube is not necessarily at the same rate that the water exiting the tube would be. So this allows the gravel to be fluffed and drawn up, allowing the small particles to be drawn from within the granules of gravel. And then by kinking the hose, I can then allow the gravel to fall back down in place and move over to the next spot. As you can see, we move across the tank, doing a section at a time. So in addition to siphoning out dirty water, we're also siphoning out the dirt or granules of dirt that got trapped down at the bottom of the tank and weren't addressed by the filter system. Be sure to tune in for our next installment as we finish the water change in the big cylinder tank.